The update for Friday, May 18th, the precious metals yesterday enjoyed a 2% gain in value. And it looks like today we're up to 1% thus far. So right now gold is trading at 15.90 a troy ounce. The market is yet to open in New York. I'm currently recording this prior to 8 a.m. Looks like silver is back to about $28.50. I guess finally investors are connecting the dots and realizing that trouble in Europe and Greece and Spain is not good for the economy, and just signals that we're headed for more troubles. That coupled with the weak jobs data probably is signaling that we're very likely headed into a double dip recession. I think that a lot of the ailments that have caused us to have the first recession still haven't been repaired, and they're still waning heavily on our economy. So precious metals in the long term, I think it still is going to make another run at the $2,000 level, probably later this summer, and possibly sooner than that, the way things are looking right now. But that's it for now. Other news today, Facebook's IPO is about to launch at $38 a share, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to try to get a piece of that action. It's probably not a bad bet, being that they have 9.5 billion users or something like that. However, I still don't see how it's founders are more wealthy instantly than Google's founders are currently, and so on, being that Google is really the brains behind the internet, and Facebook is just a social application that, quite honestly, I'm sure in a few years is going to be replaced by something that's going to be more desirable at that time, the way that technology is pacing so quickly right now. So anyway, I'm sure it's an investment you can buy and make a quick dollar on, as it's sure to create a frenzy. And that seems to spell the plague of our economy. You can really pay attention and look what happened with J.P. Morgan, and start to see behind the scenes there's still a lot of trouble with our banks who we bailed out in 2008 for probably a lot more than will ever realize. However, there's still wildly betting with derivatives, which is it's essentially an assurance that they buy from somebody else against a default. So it gives them protection on an asset or something like that. So if they one bank sells another bank protection on say $1 billion that could possibly default if the European Union collapses and all their money becomes worthless. So it's something that's widely used. It's a fairly new concept in the past 10 years, and I think it's something that a lot of people don't fully understand. But it's essentially banks are taking the deposits that you put with them and they're gambling with them to try to make billions of dollars, and that's how a lot of these CEOs and a lot of the higher ups in these companies make millions and billions of dollars annually by doing these investment strategies, and they don't always work. And I'm sure with the collapse of governments and everything else seemingly happening overnight all around us, we saw Egypt collapse a year or so ago, and Syria and all these other countries are having just catastrophic issues right now. These banks are taking big chances, and there's some things that they just don't foresee, and those bets don't always come true. In fact, the rumor about J.P. Morgan Chase is that they had invested largely in a credit default swap as an investment strategy to protect some of their assets that they had held in another position, both of which failed. So theoretically, it didn't work out for them, and that caused them a $2 billion loss. And some people are saying that that's just the tip of the iceberg, and that's going to widen, and who knows what it's going to drag down with it. So I think that our banks still are in trouble. The jobs market, it's just really, with the billions of dollars we've been investing in training and other things, the jobs market hasn't been recovering. A lot of people have just kind of lost hope and moved on, and probably are no longer even collecting benefits, but they're not working either, or they're taking part-time work or something that really doesn't sustain the kind of lifestyle that they need to live. But it is what it is. So anyway, precious metals, once again, right now gold is $15.90. The market's set to open in about an hour. We'll see what happens then. I expect that by sometime early next week we should be back to around $16.25. Silver should be closing in on $30 an ounce, and basically that's just a good sign that, you know, gold has tested its bottom again at the low 1500s, and it hasn't been a problem for it to recover from that. So the next level really we want to get back to is 1725 to 1750, and that gives us a good position on getting back towards the $2,000 mark, and hopefully this summer we can set a new precious metal price record and get gold past $1,950 and hopefully into well past $2,000. So that's where I think it should be. That's where it deserves to be. However, it is an election year, so you never know what's going to happen. Anyway, have a great weekend, and we hope to see you. We are open 7 days in Wallingford. Bristol, we're here. We're open. We'll be here today until 5. Tomorrow we're here from 10 to 4. Waterbury's open 7 days, so whenever you need us, you know where to find us. Thank you.